Get a look at this squad. We just talked about them out the mud. Last Laugh Beyond Talented. That's a good matchup as well. I'm sure Lil Sean's streaming that one, so we can bounce back and forth and cover that action. Appreciate you dropping the knowledge, you Matt. Looks like Beyond Talented up big early on Last Laugh, 17-5, so I'll keep my eye on that one as well. Let's watch the tip-off here. Out the Mud Gaming. Off to a strong start on the Xbox side. Got Rondo and Slaughter out here in Glenratty. Well, interesting matchup to say the least. Let's check it out. Tip-off underway. Like out the mud, off to a 2-0 start. Looks like by the letters, the call letters there, it is the GNA extension on the Xbox side. Remember, they do play both consoles. It appears that is the Bulldog emblem that we see there going against Out the Mud. Of course, over 100 teams on each console. A lot to keep track of. And we bring you coverage throughout the WR scene here this evening. This is our third or fourth game that we've brought you here. Happy you're with us. Prophecy on the ones and twos. Sports inside. Rejected at the rim. Layup blocked on the other end. The GNA Mud Boys is the listed team name there. We got a timeout on the court. What up, though, to Montana? Checking out some live action. Getting a look at some talent here. Post-draft as the show goes on. WR doesn't stop. It's year-round action. You can sign up for Season 15 or Season 6 right now via WR-League.com. Make sure all the new team captains, you check out that brand new team management tab. A lot of great built-in features and functionality for you to make life easier and adjusting your rosters and making corrections. Ball deflected out of bounds. Out the Mud will keep it. Getting things going in the first quarter here. GNA OTM in Xbox action. Covered some PS4. Now jumping over to the Xbox side. Looking at iSports at the point guard. Ball deflected on the rim run. It's going to be GNA on the other end with the vicious tomahawk hammer. 5-2 your score. GNA not to be confused with the PS4 side. Reigning champs. But that is Ayo Rankham's brand. He's trying to put rings on his profile as a general manager in the comp scene. Big shout out to Rankham. OTM gets a bucket there, down one. Glenn Ratty up into forecourt, left side. Big bucket there for GNA. Long distance triple. Makes it 8-4. iSports going to work. We'll cross half court for Out the Mud. They are your home squad in white. GNA and the Road Blacks. Here's Blue with the intercept. Draws a foul on Aw-Dog. And big years in the chat. What up, though? To all our viewers watching WR Pro-Am League. MSI coming your way. About a week away now. They'll have the weekend to get the qualifying games in, it looks like. We will have that bracket ready for the first to kick off the midseason invitational. 10 games played is the qualifying criteria. Top 16 will make it. That ball rattles around and down for Out the Mud. They get 2 points back, 10-6 your score. Blue collects it, nearly out of bounds. GNA back up to the top, and Rondo have to pick up his dribble here. Try to go back door. Nice play on the other end to intercept. We're going back and forth with steals. And an alley-oop. Puts the icing on the cake there in a crazy sequence. 10-8 your score halfway through the first. Xbox action, regular season, WR. Here's Glenn. Fills up a triple there from the right side. And sports now. Up ahead across half court. Reach and foul on Slaughter. Let me know what team you're representing if you're a player. Would love to hear about it in the chat. Shout out your squad if you're one of the more than 240 plus teams competing in WR this season. Sports with a green bean. Lefty J is cash. Impressive shot there for OTM. We've had good action so far on the stream. Close game that went to overtime with a buzzer-beating shot, courtesy of Zur. That witnessed the journey game we watched to kick off the night. Make sure you check it out on the archive. That was a fun one. Sports over to the corner. It's Jake. Whip pass out to Dog, left wing, near the hash mark. He's going to pace that pass over to the opposite corner. Jake now on the dribble drive. Little finger roll action. Going to roll off the rim. Rebound, GNA. Outlet passes. Nicely placed there. Easy bucket, 15-11 your score. Here is Sports. Over to Dog. They tried the same thing last possession. Does get a look at the basket and buries the triple. Makes it a 1-point game. What up, New Wave? I see New Wave out and about. Doing some things. Appreciate your participation. And thanks for supporting the stream tonight here. New Wave in the building. Shout out. Here's Rondo. Over to Glenn. Top of the key extended. Screen set. Has space. Looking for the secondary wrap. Top of the key. Rondo. Good offense there. Pays off with 3 points on the board. Saw a little progression sequence there in the offensive set. Deflection there, and up ahead goes GNA. They're going to have an uncontested two-handed throwdown to make it a 6-point lead. Out the mud here, struggling. Mentioned them as one of the leaders on the Xbox side so far in the standings. They are number 2 at 9-1. Out the mud here. That is the team you're watching. Down 4, getting tested here in the first. Remember, it's a 3-week season. Sunday to Sunday is the week. About a 1-month regular season process. Qualify for the coveted ring emojis and postseason play. Here's Rondo, top of the key extended. Bails out of the shot over to Glenn Ratty there. They reset the offense. GNA looking for a bailout alley. Nothing there. Rondo will fire. No good off the front of the rim. Big body rebound. And a kick out back to Rondo. No good on that attempt for a mid-range. Here's Sports. Lefty J no good. Short arm that one. GNA up ahead with it. Slaughter looking for his guard. Glenn will reset. And we are out here watching Out the Mud and GNA competing on the Xbox side. Glenn with a nice step back. Had the space. Hesitated on the J. He'll go to the elbow area. No good on the midi. Gets it back on the big rebound. And cashes in from distance. 23-16 GNA. Here's a wrap. Sports had a shot. Dog gets the reach-in foul, holding the possession there on Shifty. GNA trying to make a push here on the road. Here's Sports. Ball deflected on the pass. They nearly come up with it. Looks like they're going to get the deflection and take over. Good defensive play there. GNA on the road, up 7 and with it. Little wrap there. Glenn has it on Rondo's side. They're going to get a kickball. It'll stay here. Lucky to come away with that possession. Dribbled right into a defender. Here's Glenn, right hash. He's going to fire. Defense fell asleep there. Can't give him that kind of space. He buries it. Knows what to do with a little crease on the offensive end. Would up to single path. Has Slaughter. Going to be so elite. Dropping some info in the chat for us. Appreciate you. Who's going to be the next players representing on the scene? We're looking for them now. Slaughter on cue, buries the triple, and shot out to single path. Calling that one like Tony Romo. Good execution for GNA. Here's Sports. Right side, defense is tightening up now for GNA. Top of the key, trap. Ball deflected on the swing pass through a scary. And you see the flopping there as GNA seems to have figured out this OTM offense. Little dish pass to Trapstar. Wrap around to Sports, over to the corner. It's going to be Jake. Pulls it back out patiently and gets it down. Little leaning hook shot, 29-21. Stop the bleeding there for Out the Mud. Here's Glenn, takeover activated. Trying to go to work. In the corner now, whips it back out to Slaughter, Pass back out to Glenn. Looking for a screen at the top, step back. Going to the crossover. No good, as the defense does a wonderful job there to scramble and contest that J. We got Cryptic dropping a name for us at the point guard position. Saying Flash is going to be the next one. Would love to hear your thoughts on Sav as well, Cryptic. Representing Bloodlust, making a lot of noise in the scene. Anybody that wants to drop their thoughts on a much talked about commodity in the community. Champion of last season, Rising Star Award winner. Do apologize for the source buffering there. Picking up iSports' stream live on Twitch. This is Prophecy on the ones and twos. 29-26 your score. We are watching GNA on the Xbox side. Not to be confused with the PS4 brand of GNA. Against Out the Mud. WR regular season 6 action. Here's Rondo. Little bumpy and a turnover. Little push now for the home squad. Here's Sports. Top of the key, Trapstar. Corner, dot, over to Bastion. No good off the back of the rim. Nice job by GNA to recover on that defensive sequence. Trap is left alone, top of the key. Fires and hits it. Tie game. Another good one going here at OTM Arena. The comp scene alive and well here, folks. With good competitive basketball. Here's Rondo. Lefty J off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound. OTM. Chance to take the lead here. Jack at the elbow. Has the corner open. He finds him. Bastion hesitates. Whip past to Dog. Scrambling defense for GNA. They have the roll there, but a great weak side help will result in a turnover. Shifty's going up with it and down. That's it and one. Reach in on Sports. He'll head to the line. (31-29) your score. Make that 32. GNA responding there after a nice push from Out the Mud. Sports with a step back. He does have a contest there. Tough shot selection. GNA with another opportunity here. Close this last minute well. Get some of that lead back. Here's Glenn. Hezzy going left elbow. Dribble drive. Met at the rim and fouled by Bastion. 2 free throws upcoming on the aggressive take by the GNA point guard. Connects on that first. Back of the rim with the second. No good. Just like that, Out the Mud gets 2 points back their way. 31, 20 seconds here in the second quarter. Regular season play on the Xbox side. Watched a few games on the PS4 side as well. Here's Glenn. Couple of screens. He can choose his direction there. Goes left with it. Bailout alley. On the nice cut. Good timing and chemistry between those two teammates. There's your halftime score. Pretty good contest we're watching. GNA 35, Out the Mud 31. Efficiency on both ends. You see the scoring. 59%, 72% for Out the Mud, despite the disadvantage on the scoreboard. Out shooting Mud Boys here. Nice passing for GNA, getting the job done on the offensive end with those 12 dimes. What up, to Noodles? Checking out some WR. It's GNA, OTM. Out the Mud here. On the Xbox standings leaderboard to get things going, but facing a tough test in GNA. Get a fast break, two-handed throw down there in transition. Cut it to a 2-point contest to get the third quarter started. Reach and foul on trap. What up, though, to the stream? Let me know who you're representing, what team you're rocking with for WR. Whether you're on the Xbox or PS4. Season just getting started as of the 24th, so we're just into it here. Here's sports now for the home squad out the mud. They'll reset the screen action, run a little wrap to the right side. Baited there by Slaughter. Nice play. Shifty with the hop step. Ball fake back out to the top. Rondo bails out of the jumper. Over to Glenn. Left side screen set at the hash. They'll have the roll. They'll have the alley. Ball deflected wonderfully by Out the Mud. What a defensive play. That's what it's all about. That help side defense paying big dividends for OTM. You certainly see a lot of that, YBG. Shout out to you in the chat. Do see a lot of the same offenses being run at the competitive level. Last year it was a lot of ISO, 5-out spacing. This year it's a lot of two-man game. Still get some of that ISO as well. Corner dribble drives. That's where a lot of the offensive games are played. Here's corner pass. The aforementioned corner dribble drive there. And a big rim-rattling throwdown for OTM. 41-37. Who can stop the two-man game? That is the meta in amateur competition. Here's Blue. Whip pass out to Slaughter. Nearly disrupted. Little step-back animation. Got his toe on the line and out of bounds. And what up, Toe to Nap? Appreciate you still joining us on the stream. Xbox Commish. Watching two of his squads go to work. GNA. Multi-console competitors. They run on PS4 and Xbox. Out the mud. Near the top of the leaderboard so far. So compelling action for the regular season. Trap Star. Ball fake at the top, looking for his guard. Now going backdoor on the baseline. Contest at the rim. Gets his rebound. Bastion back over to the corner. It's Jake wide open momentarily. Gets it to Trap at the top. That's a three-pointer, no good. Rebound and over to Glenn. Behind the back. Nice whip pass inside. Recovery by Out the Mud. Making some nice plays with block shots, having an impact on this game. And a great pass inside. And Bastion going to work now. The big fella finishes with some thunder. It's 41-39. What up, though, to Seldom? Oh, maybe we can get Seldom in here after all. Come and join me, Sel. Would love to get you in the broadcast booth. I am in the WR Lounge. Looks like I got you muted here. You are here. I'm going to unmute you whenever you're ready, man. Go ahead. You can jump in on in here. Looks like you are muted, though. There
Hello,
you
can you hear me?
Yeah, what up, though, Sel? I got you.
What's up, man? What's up? What's up?
Say what up to the stream. You're live. WR Pro-Am Twitch.
Man. What's up, stream, man? Checking out these WR games. What's going on with the latest competition?
Yeah, man. Happy to get you in here. I was hoping to get you on here tonight. Know you had some prior obligations, but happy to see you're doing well and everything's good. We showed a couple of your lists here, Sel. We got to look at your top team list. I showed them as a little tease, and then we also showed them the top point guards list, if you can hear me there.
The top point guard list?
Yeah, we showed them that, and we showed them the top teams. So as this broadcast continues, we'll definitely take another look at those, and we can get your thoughts. We got a good game going on here. GNA, OTM, they are balling. So 46-42.
Oh, man. Well, let me see if I can work my my commentating skills, see what I can do around here. Let's see what's going on.
I got you, Seldom, joining me in the booth. First of all, let me ask you a question here, Sel. Where have you been at here recently? I remember you were a prominent name around a year ago when I started following the scene, and then I kind of lost track of you. Now you're back in a big way here, making waves. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I had to go through the BMT Air Force Tech School process. It was long, stressful. It was a different type of scene, you know. After I got done playing pro from 18 and had the little Final Four reverse sweep that happened to me, and then just having to come back to a new game that's like all different. It was really interesting having to claw my way back. Being really terrible at the PG position again in the year. Had to take a few lessons from some of the good players to taught me in the mind court, told me what a crab was because I didn't know no idea
Hmm.
what that was, and then I just learned from there, got better, surrounded myself around good teammates, changed my mindset going in, and then now I'm starting to get to that peak level. That for some reason don't know why, but post draft seldom just starts to peak now. So I'm starting to peak. So I'm really excited for this WR season coming up.
We're excited to watch it. It's always great to have the prominent perimeter players doing work around the scene. And Seldom, most certainly, no exception to that. As we have watched him work with Double OC now. Tell me a little bit about that, if you could, Seldom, Double OC, and how you guys are competing this current season.
So double OC right now we're 10-2 for WR season. Should be 12-0, but it's a lot of we're a pretty young team. A lot of rookie mistakes they were making that shouldn't be happening. We got to fix that. That's the main priority. If we fix that, we can start really starting to shake things for the season coming up. I came back, gained a lot of chemistry with the center. From I played with him previously in the last WR season, but some altercations and problems happened. Didn't get to finish the playoffs, but we talked it out, got back better, and just decided that just to go with it. So we're already gaining chemistry already on and off the court. So you got to have that friendship with your if you're as a PG, you got to have that friendship with your center because he's like he's pretty much got to be your best friend on the court because he's the one setting the picks for you. You
Yeah.
got to know when he's cutting, when he's rapping, when he's popping, all that type of stuff. So you got to have a connection with him. I play park with him all the time, so definitely I enjoy playing with the man. He's a great center, really underrated. No one really knows him yet, but hopefully soon people start to know his name and he get his name out there. But he's just hooping, man. He's just hooping. Pretty. We're pretty strong. I like our attitude coming in. We're not really big ego. We're relaxed. We're very complacent sometimes. So I think if we come with a better aggressive attitude, we'll start like really like soaring at and getting to our highest peak. Like we're still in the storming phase, even though at 10-2 we're still at the storming phase. So it's just I'm just excited. I'm excited. We have a
All right, that's Seldom on the ones and twos, representing Double OC. Also, the number 2 overall pick in the WR Select Draft. So that was a fantastic achievement. You could tell me a little bit about that experience. What was it like to hear your name called that high during that awesome stream run by Snowbike Mike?
I was really actually surprised because I really get any interviews. Really, I just enjoy like watching everybody else play. I was in streams watch people hoop and stuff. And then I just remember that the first pick went by, Doug got drafted. And then I remember that I was on Twitter, and then TC Tall Cash, the general manager for the cartels, he messaged me. He was like, "Hey man, just want to let you know that I'm going to take you as my second pick. I want you to be my leader, my point guard, the field general, on the court, the floor general, know what to do and help me win this championship." And he said, "Are you interested if I make this pick?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm interested. Let's do it."
Hmm.
And he got me as soon as he drafted me, invited me, told me to get on, invited me into a party. We was in a war room talking about the players we wanted to draft, and then we just really turned up from there. So I'm really excited. I really respect him as a GM, player, and a coach because he every day I'm in there with him. He's like, we're watching film. He's telling me what I need to do as a PG to get better. What I need to work on, start dotting more, etc.
Hmm.
What I need to fix. And like as a general manager, you need as a GM and me as a player and as the leader, like knowing that I can make mistakes as well. I'm really like happy that he's teaching me to become a better PG, even like just watching from because sometimes you gotta have a different point of view. So him just teaching me and telling me what to do, yeah, I'm really, really excited. I'm so happy he drafted me. He knows his stuff. He really does.
Yeah, I saw your post. I thought that was a wonderful post that you shot at him out. We're talking, of course, about CC, Cody Lewis, Cartel GM in the WR Select League. We're talking with Seldom, a member of Double OC and the original league and the Cartel in the Select League. So a competitive player making his waves here post-draft. And also, if we can get the list conversation started, you've been dropping these lists, man. You got all the positions listed. Let me ask you about that just in general, how the lists impact the conversation at large and keep this scene kind of rolling as the Pro League gets started here this spring.
Well, about the list, I know a lot of people were talking about, oh, we need to have a list that, list this, and then a lot of people were like, really wasn't being like, they were like becoming watchers instead of doers. And I just remember that I was at work, and I just decided like I was going through film, talking to CC, and like I got out of the stream, and I was like, well, you know what, maybe it's time to like to get the pro-am scene like to wake up, like more people to start talking and like having their thoughts and opinions. So I started to release my top 10, of course, my list of top 10 of each position, PS4 post draft. So I know that we had a lot of like upset people, a lot of happy people, what they thought, their opinions. But I'm just glad it woke up the community to just to point out like who do we all respect as a top player in the PS4 post draft community. It wasn't like I wasn't doing like to like beef or start anything with anybody. I just wanted to let people know who I respected and like a top player in my opinion, this community that's been working day in and day out, trying to become the best. So I've been excited. I know that 2K Comp Games wanted us to try to transfer over to Xbox. I'm trying to plan to come to Xbox maybe this season or next season coming up for Xbox. I'm not sure. I just gotta find some Xbox players who are interested in letting me get a shot. And shout out a PS4 player because we had that back and forth beef about Xbox and PS4 stuff.
Oh, it's always ongoing, never ends.
Always never ends. But so I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm really happy.
Well, I'm happy to talk to you, Seldom. Thanks so much for taking some time to join us on the stream here. We're watching Out the Mud and GNA down the stretch last minute. So let's get back to the hoops here. 63-61 your score. We're going to talk more with Seldom in just a moment as we approach the 50-second mark here in a good ball game. GNA with possession.
Alley-oop, good play. See, 49 seconds left. Down by 2.
You're a little behind me here, so you're going to be a little behind me because you're watching the WR stream. So here's Sports interior pass. Looks like a dunk there to tie the ball game. And iSports, we're picking up his source feed here. Pardon the little delay there, but we got a tie score going into the final 30 seconds. And Prophecy and Seldom joining me here on the ones and twos. Here's Glenn. Little step back. Wrap action, timeout. Slaughter didn't like what he saw. And Seldom can watch live here with me. iSports with 2 Z's is the user handle. I didn't warn him about that, so that's my bad on that. 63 all your score, 21 ticks to go in the fourth here. Good ball game again. We've had some nice action here in the regular season. Rondo inbounds. Glenn now holding for that last shot. Little whip pass over to Slaughter. Getting the offense moving early. Little ball fake. And interior pass. They find the finish. And a 2-point lead at the rim. Timeout Sports. Out the mud.
I don't know, man. It's a close. If I'm thinking 2-point game, 9.1 seconds left, I'm looking for pick and roll offense, maybe off ball to the wing, top of the key. I'm expecting possibly a Fifi, maybe even an alley-oop just to tie the ball game. There's a lot of options they can go for. But I think I'm expecting probably a wrap with an alley-oop coming soon.
We'll see how it plays out. Seldom dropping his prediction on the play. 8 seconds now. Corner dot is stolen. He tried to pass it to what he thought would be an open recipient, but the defense is there and a little bit of a scary for Out the Mud. Tough sequence for them with 3 seconds to go. They're going to need to get a quick foul just to be in this game still with under 3 seconds.
Great defense. Way to not leave that corner.
Definitely disciplined job there defensively. 2 seconds left here. Let's inbound it. GNA trying to wrap this one up against Out the Mud, who's done a good job so far in this season. We pointed out they're the number 2 team on the Xbox side so far. 2 seconds. They find the inbound pass, and that'll do it. Full court heave at the buzzer will seal it. And there you see a victory for GNA. Gets a big win over Out the Mud on the Xbox side. 65-63. We will cover the final stats and box score. And then we're going to talk lists with our guest Seldom.
All right, man.
What up, to Lefty in the chat? What up, to Noodles and Drew? Appreciate all you guys checking in. Lefty, another prominent performer at the point guard spot. Played a little center as well. I've seen him running some center this year. And shout out to Lefty. Get a look at this box score here. And a nice matchup from 2 competitive squads. GNA Out the Mud. Xbox Action Season 6. Here in full effect. WR Pro-Am League Live with Prophecy on the ones and twos. My guest Seldom. Take a look at this line here. Double-double for Glenn. 13 and 11. 3 turnovers. Rondo with 14. 4 players in double figures in the win. 23 and 12 for Sports. 4 of 6 from deep. And a nice performance from